Okay, cool. So on this segment, I'm going to teach you how to identify change of character. Change of character is better known as choke. This is what we normally call it, choke. Maybe sometimes you'll see people marking off their zones and writing choke. You must know that they are talking about what's this, change of character. So basically, change of character is exactly what it says. It's the change of the character of the trend. So now what is happening is, if we have a downtrend that is consistently moving to the downside, we're anticipating that either way, this thing is not going to go down forever. It has to change and move to the upside eventually. So now, how do we know, or how do we identify that this trend is going to now change the direction and basically move to the upside? We look at something called a choke. So like I explained before, when we're talking about order blocks, we look at the impulsive movement. Same thing as a change of character. That break of the previous high is actually called a choke. This blue line here is a change of character, because now price is starting to change character and showing signs that I have now broken the previous high, showing that I do have momentum to break more previous highs and continue to the upwards direction. So that's how we identify the change of character. This is when we must wait. Now, after the choke has happened or the change of character has happened, we wait for price to retrace. So price is going to retrace where? It's going to come back to the order blocks that we were talking about on the previous lessons. It's going to come back to those order block levels where we can then take our entries, expecting price to move to the upside. You understand? So that's basically your change of character. Same thing as this is a bearish change of character. As you can see, the trend was moving up, and then there was an impulse move that broke the previous higher low, and then price came back up to retest the level before it came back down. So it can either come back to retest the structure here, but we're going to talk about that later, or it can come back to retest an order block in those levels, or if there was an order block in this level, retest. But at the end of the day, we expect price after that retest to continue to the downside. So I'm going to show you an example of a change of character. Basically, it's not that different to what I was teaching you in an order block. If you remember what I taught you in an order block, I don't think there's a need for us to go to the chart for that. This is just a quick, simple analysis to identify. We'll basically talk about it when we talk about structure. We'll get back to the chart and we'll basically show you change of character in action. But it's similar to order blocks. You know there's an order block here, previous high breaks, and then that's the change of character. And then now we expect the price to come back down to that order block before we take our entries to the upside. You understand? But at the end of the day, that's not how we trade, but we'll talk about it more as we continue with the lesson. Okay, cool. That's it for this lesson. It's a quick one. Something you need to be able to identify in the market. Okay, here's another thing. In terms of breakouts, if there was a downtrend that was then broken, retested, we know that this change of character is going to move up to 90% capacity. We already learned about breakouts in the basic lessons. So this is basically how we're going to identify the perfect entries when we see breakouts. Okay, cool guys. Yeah, that's it for today or this lesson. Let's continue to the next one.